Hey friends, welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name's NatMoran and I live in my 4Runner full-time with my two dogs, Akron and Pike. A few days ago, I went to my Instagram and asked you all what questions do you want me to answer in an upcoming video, and you guys did not disappoint. In today's video, I'm going to be answering some questions that you all have been asking me on my Instagram. So the first question is, what are 5 things I wish I would have known back when I first started this journey compared to my perspective now? And this is a great question because it really took me back to my mindset 2.5 years ago, and it has shown me how much I have changed and progressed over the last couple of years. The first one, you don't need as much stuff as you think you do. 2, there are going to be times that you want to give up. That's completely normal. 3, go into this lifestyle with the mindset that things are probably going to go wrong and that no matter what happens, you will overcome those obstacles. 4, don't let the fear of the unknown prevent you from maximizing your nomadic journey. And number 5, throw that rule book out the window. There's no agenda with nomadic life. I wish I would have had that mindset when I first started this journey because I would have done things completely differently. I was so set on I had to do X, Y, and Z in order to fit into the nomadic community of the people that I was following on Instagram or on YouTube. And in reality, that just set me back. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing nomadic style the way you want to do it. So don't let other people influence your definition of what it means to be a nomad. Just do what feels right. So the next question is, how do I work from the road? Well, I can interpret this question in a couple of different ways. So I'm just going to go through it as I see the question going. First, I have a remote job that allows me to work wherever I want to as long as I'm in the United States and I have stable internet connection. Having Starlink has definitely changed the game when it comes to my mobility. Starlink has allowed me to go to some more remote locations or places that I've never been able to go to because I didn't have Verizon cell phone service. Now, where I work just depends on the weather. Being in a 4Runner, I'm pretty limited to fair weather. So in the event that there are rainstorms or snowstorms or it's windy or noisy or however it may be, I am very limited on where I can escape to work in a quiet environment. So I tend to work in the rooftop tent, or in worst case scenarios, I'll sit in the front seat and do my video or my calls in the car. When it's nice weather, I usually sit under the awning and have a beautiful backdrop to join me on those meetings. Now, the next question is, what does a typical day at camp look like? If it's a beautiful day, I'm going to be hanging out outside, going on a walk with the dogs, and exploring the area. Now, I do play video games. I'm a big Skyrim junkie, and I like to play The Sims, and I'm also playing Pharaoh. Take me back a decade or two. But when I'm not playing video games, I'm probably editing video or watching a TV show. If it's a rainy day, I'm probably going to be cooped up inside the tent with the dogs snuggling, reading a book or watching a TV show. And if I'm not doing any of that, I'm probably rearranging and organizing the layout of my 4Runner. I'm constantly looking for new and innovative ways to maximize my space in the 4Runner. So this next question is, what are my summer plans this year? Well, I'm already halfway into my summer plan, and that consists of my friend Danya and her dog Priya joining me on this epic road trip up in Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Colorado. In a couple of weeks, my friend Jordan and Aaron are coming into South Dakota, where we're going to have a girls' week trip in the Keystone Black Hills National Forest area. I've been wanting to explore that area since I claimed residency last year, and this is a really awesome opportunity to get my girlfriends together and have a good time this summer. And that leads me to a follow-up question that asks, do I prefer to travel solo or with someone? This is a really good question because honestly, it really just depends on who I'm traveling with. With Danya, it's natural. Everything is organic with her and I. We get along very well. We don't have any issues. We are fine having our alone time, and we kind of just do what feels right. Having a partner on the road like that makes it so much more enjoyable. But if I had a partner who wasn't like that, I don't think I would enjoy it as much. So I think honestly, that answer really just depends on who I'm traveling with. Now, I did 2.5 years by myself, and I have absolutely no problem doing the solo nomadic life. But this summer has taught me that having Danya and Priya around is a really nice change of pace, and I'm really enjoying my time with her. The next question is, do I have any backpacking trips or trail running plans in the future? Sadly, the answer is no. That doesn't mean that it couldn't happen and that I wouldn't love to plan a trip. It's just that with the loss of Jethro and us trying to reacclimate to life on the road, I haven't really been motivated to leave the dogs to go on a trail run or to go on a backpacking trip without them. And I'm not really in the right mindset to take the 2 dogs on a backpacking trip with me right now. Agron's getting pretty old. He just turned 10, and the life expectancy of a German Shepherd is anywhere between 9 and 12 years. So I'm in my elder years with Agron, and I really don't want to overwhelm him or stress him out with a backpacking trip. He was recently diagnosed with hip dysplasia, and the last thing I want to do is cause him any pain or anything like that. So at this point, I'm not ready to kennel them, and I'm not ready to take them on a backpacking trip or on a trail run. So for right now, those plans are kind of on standby. And finally, the last question is, how are the dogs and I doing now that Jethro is gone? I have to say that my dogs are way more resilient than I am, because they bounced back pretty quickly after Jethro passed, and I am still, however, struggling significantly with the loss of Jethro. I had Jethro for 11 years, and I feel like I'm going through all of the stages of grief. I'm going through the guilt, the anger, the sadness, the depression, all of that in different stages and waves. And the dogs, they seem to be doing just fine, and I'm very thankful that I have them because they're helping me get through this time. I will say that the first couple of weeks, Agron was pacing and was trying to find Jethro. I think he was trying to look for him to play with, and I could sense that there was some type of depression going on with Agron, but Pike didn't really seem too fazed by the loss of Jethro. And that's not because Pike's a bad dog, it's just that Pike and Jethro never really bonded the way that Agron and Jethro did. But one thing that I have noticed with my dogs is Pike and Agron are both more affectionate to me now that Jethro is gone. And Pike has always been more aware of how I'm feeling and supportive of me during this transition. And Agron is now starting to get a little bit more affectionate with me as well. So in short, the dogs I think are doing fine. I'm hanging in there, and it's only been a couple of months, and I know that it's going to take time to heal from that loss. But Jethro is still with us. I have his little cremation box and his little jar of fur in the car, and he's with us in spirit. So that's going to conclude the questions that I have received. If you would like me to answer any questions that I have not gone over yet in an upcoming video, leave me a comment below or reach out to me on my Instagram, and I'll be sure to incorporate that in a future video. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who participated in this Q&A. Your questions mean a lot to me, and I really enjoy engaging with each of you. So I hope that you found some value in these answers, and if not, let me know and I'll try to elaborate in an upcoming video. But for now, that's going to wrap up this video. So until next time, stay safe and have a very blessed day. Bye.